A Florida middle school teacher has submitted her resignation after a report alleged she hosted a white supremacist podcast and bragged about sharing her racist views with students, People confirms. The Citrus County School District initially removed 25-year-old Diana Volatich from the classroom last month as officials investigated the allegations. Now, Assistant Superintendent Michael Mullen tells People that Volatich has submitted her resignation to district officials. Mullen says the resignation is not final until it is accepted by the school board. Board members will discuss the matter at an April 10 meeting, he tells People in a statement. Mullen says officials did not ask Volatich to resign. Her attorney, Charles E. Moore, confirms to People his client submitted her resignation. The allegations were first published last month by the Huffington Post. The report alleged that Volatich hosted the Unapologetic podcast under the pseudonym Tiana Delishov. In the initial report, Volatich was accused of bragging about teaching the middle school kids her biased views and putting on an act when school officials would monitor her classroom. "We have to take those institutions back," Volatich said in an excerpt from the podcast published by the Huffington Post. "Children are very important. The communists always knew that. They always wanted the minds of the children. That's the future. So, if we can have more teachers in those positions, that would be great. And I do hear from teachers all the time, people who are closet red eyes listeners that support what we do, and I think that's fantastic. We need a lot more of that." Red Ice is an alt-right, white supremacist media conglomerate. It has been declared a hate group by Southern Poverty Law Center. Alabama sorority sister, 19, expelled from university after posting racist videos on MLK Day. In a statement to WFLA then, Volatich denied being a white supremacist and pushing her views onto her social studies students. She admitted to running the podcast under the Russian pseudonym, but described the podcast as a satire. "I employed political satire and exaggeration, mainly to the end of attracting listeners and followers, and generating conversation about the content discussed between myself and my guests," she said in the statement. "The views Tiana Delishov espouses do not pervade my professional career. As an adult, my decisions are my own, and my family has nothing whatsoever to do with my social media accounts or my podcast. From them, I humbly ask for forgiveness, as it was never my intention to cause them grief while engaging in a hobby on my personal time." On a now-deleted Twitter account reportedly linked to Volatich under the pseudonym, the social media user often tweeted that white privilege and institutional racism aren't real. In other posts, the user condemned Islam. Most recently, she boasted that Caucasoids have a higher IQ than Negroids.